Hey guys, welcome back to the Free Time Podcast. Today I'll be sharing with you my Match Week 7 Premier League predictions. Before I jump into my Match Week 7 predictions, I want to do a little recap from Match Week 6. In Match Week 6, I got 4 out of 10 predictions correct, moving my total to 27 out of 58. Also, I want to give a major shout out to this week's winner, the True Line, who got 5 out of 10 predictions correct. If you guys would like to be featured in next week's video, make sure to leave your Match Week 6 score predictions down below in the comments, and the person who gets the most predictions correct will receive a shout out. For our first match, we have Wolves versus Crystal Palace. Wolves are coming off a 1-1 draw against Newcastle United, where they dominated the match, but struggled to finish their chances. And this has been a common theme throughout the season for Wolves, as they only have 6 goals in 6 matches, and 4 of which have come from Raul Jimenez. And in my opinion, the reason for this is because they're too predictable going forward, so they need to spice things up and add a bit of creativity. Versus a Palace side coming off a 2-1 win against Fulham. And this Palace team, it wasn't a beautiful result, but nonetheless, they got the job done. And basically their whole game plan this season has been to sit in and then counter to Zaha, who is in brilliant form. So I had this match ending a 1-1 draw on odds of 12-5. Sheffield United versus Manchester City. Sheffield United are coming off a 2-1 loss to Liverpool, where they didn't play bad, but it all comes down to them not being able to finish their chances. And they have no true goal scorers this season, with only 3 goals in 6 matches, so they really need to step up in that department. Maybe try playing Ryan Brewster a bit more and see if he can spark some life into this team. Versus a City side that is coming off a 1-1 draw against West Ham United, and it looks like teams have started to figure out Manchester City. By sitting in a low block, it makes them hard to break down, and then they hit City on the counter. So I think Sheffield will try and employ this tactic in the match. However, City will also be without a striker, as Aguero picked up an injury and Jesus is already injured, so it's going to be a hard match for City. That said, I think they'll get it done 1-0 on odds of 3-10. Burnley versus Chelsea. Burnley are coming off a 1-0 loss to Tottenham Hotspur, and following 5 Premier League matches now, they're still yet to win. They're a quite organized side defensively, and they're very disciplined, but they're struggling going forward as they lack creativity. They're really going to need Barnes and Wood to step up if they want to find a bit of form. Versus a Chelsea side coming off a 0-0 draw to Manchester United, and the insertion of Thiago Silva has really helped this Chelsea team defensively. That said, they have so many talented attacking pieces, but they haven't really been able to gel yet, and their midfield and forward line look disconnected at times. However, I do have Chelsea winning this one 2-0 on odds of 1-2. Liverpool versus West Ham. Liverpool are coming off a 2-1 win against Sheffield United, and it was quite a solid result. And although Liverpool are playing without Virgil van Dijk, the return of Alisson has definitely given this Liverpool backline some more confidence. That said, they will still need players like Salah, Mane, Firmino, and Jota to all step up and kind of pick up some of the slack with Virgil out, because the backline won't be as good over a long period of time. Versus a West Ham side coming off a 1-1 draw against Manchester City, and they're really in some banging form as they are undefeated in their last 4 matches, and this is a West Ham team playing with some belief that I haven't seen them play with in a very long time, so it should be an exciting match. That said, I still have Liverpool winning 3-2 on odds of 1-3. Aston Villa versus Southampton. Aston Villa are coming off a 3-0 loss to Leeds United, where they really struggled defensively, giving up 27 shots, and in particular, their defensive transitions were terrible. That said, it will be interesting to see how they respond after a really good start to the season. Versus the Southampton side, coming off a 2-0 win against Everton, where they were the dominant side for 90 minutes, and this Southampton team has really found a good run of form, as they are undefeated in their last 4 matches. So I had this one being very close. I have it ending a 2-2 draw on odds of 13-5. Newcastle United versus Everton. Newcastle are coming off a 1-1 draw against Wolves, and they're a very inconsistent side, but as we saw against Wolves, they can put up some really good performances, and they're not great in possession. They like to concede possession actually, and drop deep, sit in, and then counter-attack. Versus an Everton side coming off their first loss of the season to Southampton, and they really never got a handle on the match and were rather passive. And I think it'll be especially interesting to see how Everton respond, and I think it'll be telling of how good they could be this season. So I had this match ending a 2-1 Everton win on odds of 10-11. Manchester United versus Arsenal. Manchester United are coming off a 0-0 draw against Chelsea, and it looks like they've been able to fix up some of their defensive woes that they struggled with earlier this season. This United team is happy to sit in a compact shape and then counterattack to Marcus Rashford, who is in red-hot form. Versus an Arsenal team coming off a 1-0 loss to Leicester City. And this Arsenal team has been quite sound defensively, but have struggled going forward, lacking creativity. Also, Arsenal have found a rough patch of form, as they have lost 3 of their last 4 Premier League matches and have failed to score in the last 2. I had this match ending a 1-1 draw on odds of 13-5. Tottenham Hotspur versus Brighton. Spurs have had a decent start to the Premier League season as they currently sit in 5th position, just 2 points behind first place Everton. They're coming off a 1-0 win against Burnley. That wasn't pretty, but it took a lot of discipline. And if Kane and Son continue this fabulous form, I think Spurs are a very hard team to beat. Versus the Brighton side coming off a disappointing 1-1 draw against West Brom, and they have not won in their last 4 matches. The good news for Brighton, however, is that Lewis Dunk will be joining them after a 1-game suspension, so that should give their defense a boost. That said, I think I have Spurs winning this one quite easily, 3-1 on odds of 8-13. Fulham versus West Brom. Fulham are yet to win their first Premier League match and are coming off a 2-1 loss to Crystal Palace. Their expansive attacking brand of football has not been successful in the Premier League so far, and they are very poor in defensive transition. That said, they have a difference maker in Mitrovic, who I think could come up big in this one. Versus the West Brom side, coming off a 1-1 draw to Brighton, and like Fulham are yet to win a game in the Premier League. That said, they have achieved more recent success with 3 draws in the last 4 matches. I expect this match to be tight, I expect it to be open, and I expect Fulham to get the win, 2-1 on odds of 29-20. Leeds United versus Leicester City. Leeds are coming off an impressive 3-0 win against Villa, and Bielsa's team have an insane work rate and have a unique style that very few Premier League clubs have been able to pick up on yet. They also have a striker in Bamford who's in absolutely exceptional form. Versus the Leicester side coming off a 1-0 win against Arsenal. And the difference maker for Leicester is Jamie Vardy. I mean, once he was subbed on, he was absolutely fantastic, and Leicester looks so much different. When he's on the pitch, teams have to change the way they play, and with him now back healthy, I think Leicester will be in a lot better form. So I had this one ending a 1-1 draw on odds of 5-2. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave your Match Week 7 score predictions down below in the comments to be featured in next week's video. Also, go check out episode 4 of my podcast. The link will be in the description. And finally, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more amazing football content. We will end it there. Thank you and take it easy. Peace.
I see the blue in her eyes from the sunshine. See the purple in her heart when it's nighttime. She just wanna be